You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, and today we want to talk about some really easy switches you can make when you're watching online training videos or even books that you've seen with people using cables for the exercises. So a lot of times you think, well, I can't do that workout at home because I don't have cables or I don't have X, whatever it might be. Today I'm going to show you how to use just these simple bands to replace any cable exercise you see in a book or on a video. So two different types of bands, and you can buy these literally anywhere. Your local sporting goods store, you can buy them online. We'll try to hook up a link as well. So there's two different types. My favorite type is this double cord with a nylon strap right here. It used to be called the JC band, a travel band. Now there's different names for it. This is about 2 feet long. It's the exact one. I used a yellow one, which is just a little bit stronger than this when I did all my internships overseas. I literally brought this one band overseas, and that's all I did for my training for months at a time. This other one is just a cheaper one. It's simpler. You'll see them at most gyms. I'm going to show you how to use either, okay? So this band can't be used in a door in the same way unless you get an attachment that looks like this. And you can just get a nylon attachment for bands and you loop it around the same exact way. However, you can also loop it around something in your house that's sturdy, like a column down your basement. And you can use this, I'll show you today. I'm going to click it onto here. But you, of course, would wrap it around a post in a basement or a place like that. And then you could use these two handles together to do a chest press or a row or whatever exercise that you see it might be, all right? So this is one option. My preferred option is if you can spend the $20 or $30, whatever it might be, you have this one band that you can do hundreds of exercises with, all right? So let's show you that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it on this today, but what I want to do is I want to make sure you know how to do this at home. At home, all you're going to do is, sure, you can loop this over a secure object, but I just don't think that's as safe. What I'd like you to do is there's a knob here, a notch here at the top. Place this whole part through your door and then literally close the door and test it. This is meant to go outside of the door, and then this is meant to go in the room where you are. And then what it does is it makes it sure it doesn't move. And as long as that door is closed and ideally locked, you're in good shape, but of course, test that. All right, so I'm gonna loop this on here today because we don't have a door to show you that. And what we're gonna do is just demonstrate a couple exercises. So how do you make this exercise easier to start? If this band is a little too hard for this exercise, you'll just simply use one cable here and you'll press out, okay? So this is a nice example of a chest press, breathing in and pressing back out. And then you could do the same exercise now, not for your chest, but for a row where you would actually row back, all right? So you're gonna pull back. You can take the same exercise and turn it into a chop across the body. So you're keeping your abs tight, you're keeping your core tight, your obliques strong, and you're chopping across. So what I'm trying to show you isn't specific exercises necessarily today to create a workout, but what you can do by literally any cable exercise you see, you can now turn this into a home workout. And I think that's pretty amazing because a lot of people only have time for a 20-minute workout or a 15-minute workout or whatever it might be. Or maybe they're embarrassed to go to a gym or they're just not comfortable yet. These are all things that you don't need to let a band like this, and they can do bodyweight exercises just like I did when I was doing my internships at clinics literally all over the world in India and Sri Lanka and China, and I didn't have access to gyms. I could just wake up and I could do my 20-minute workout, 30-minute workout, and I was good to go. I hope that makes sense today. If there are any questions, of course, let us know. We will answer those for you, but I do want to show you that you can never let an excuse be that limiting factor for why you can't get in a workout, why you can't start to change your life. I hope you enjoyed that today. We'll be back real soon with more episodes of the Cabral Concept.
Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only 2 ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.